We've got 3 design centers in Lenovo, one in Morrisville, North Carolina, where I am, one in Beijing, and one in Yamato, Japan. We've learned to collaborate between the 3 of them, really trying to get the best from each culture, the most creative and innovative ideas, and then combine and share them between ourselves. That's introduced a lot of challenges, first of all with language. Lenovo has the official language of our company is English, but different people from different countries have different degrees of ability in English. So we have to find ways around potential misunderstandings and be very careful in explicitly developing a common communication. It takes a lot of back and forth, building relationships. Some of the other challenges are time zones. While part of the team is sleeping, the other part is awake, and vice versa. That could be seen as a disadvantage, but we try to use it as an advantage by having, some cases, 24-hour cycles. So on a particular project, we hand it off, so there's always someone working on it. Each culture has different business practices and cultural traditions, and learning to be sensitive and aware of each other's is part of how we handle that. Some of the Asian cultures less likely to challenge their executives or their managers. Some people think the American culture is too busy going off and doing our own thing, not following directions. And so we need to both be sensitive to each in moving forward with a common direction. We try to coax and engage some of the Asian designers in more of an open dialogue in front of executives, as they do. And similarly, we try to, as Americans, pay more attention to the strategy, focus on the big picture. Designers have a very complex vocabulary with real technical terms and some esoteric terms, but the 2 teams got together to have an initial collaboration and ended up having a 2-hour argument based over a misunderstanding of the word common. The English-speaking American team meant having similar elements across a line of products. When we advocated that, the China team thought we meant common meaning commonplace or ordinary. And of course we wouldn't want commonplace or ordinary design elements, so that created a lot of tension over an issue that was really just due to misunderstanding. So following that, we had to be very careful and clearly define some words that we were going to use in our discussions with each other and have written out definitions that as a team we all agreed to. All 3 teams said, if we use this word, it means exactly this. And that allowed us to build a base of communication that we could move on from there to more sophisticated and complex terms. Do you think email would be an obvious way to communicate with someone that's on the other side of the world? But because of language difficulties and even just the nuance that can be lost in an email, we try to rely on things like video or web meetings where we can see each other eye to eye. We use sketching and diagrams and illustrated drawings to make it much easier to understand what each other are talking about and avoid misunderstandings like the one I told you. Lenovo is really now a global company. We have executives and people and laboratories in 140 countries. It's really kind of like the first New World company, we like to think of it. There's no real central identity, let's say, but it draws on the best from every culture, the East and the West.